Yo, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Now, today we got another reaction. I just uploaded the other reaction to the Power Rangers. Now we got the GQ interview. Donnie Yen breaks down his most iconic characters. So we're going to get straight into it. Make sure y'all go over to GQ, subscribe, and like their video first. And then come back over here and like this video. And press that bell because we got lots more reactions to do. But we finna just get straight into it. That boy from Rogue One. Yeah, he was golden, man.
Is your foot all right? I was thrilled, but at the same time, I was kind of confused. Am I too damn old to take that role? I don't know. So I actually asked my kids, do you think your father should do Star Wars? I mean, do you like Ip-Man better or Star Wars better? And they said, Star Wars, of course, so that changed my mind, you know, that's pretty much it.
No, that's dope. Yeah, it's his kids, what he should be. That's fire.
Rogue One.
There is more than one sort of prison, Captain. I sense that you carry yours wherever you go.
One of the creative conversation before I agreed to do it, I said, you know, the role was a little bit too cliche and how he carried himself, because in the beginning the character was a little bit more serious. But then I said, you know, you have enough of these kind of Asian martial art master, right? That's fine. You know, if you want me to be that Asian master, you want me to swing that stick a little bit, that's perfectly fine. But shouldn't he have a sense of humor, you know? And he liked the idea, and so we're kind of adding lines and making this character a little bit more funny. Then I just kind of suggested, wouldn't be even better if he can't see, where he can feel the force instead of not really attached to it, but then somehow he have a grasp of that universe.
Yeah, that was dope. That was hella dope. I'm not gonna pause it.
Well, in all my films and all the characters that I've played in my entire career, I always emphasized on the realism of the character. No matter what genre I do, I always emphasize on interpreting this character. He has to be grounded, or else you'll be off the wall and no one understands where you're coming from. So that's how I approach the whole character, as not just the actions.
Well, I hate to stop him mid-sentence, but if he's approaching everything like that, then he's got to be approaching, because if y'all don't know, he's going to be in John Wick 4 as like one of the main antagonists that John has to face. And bro, let me just say I'm excited for that, bro. Make sure y'all go, bro. If y'all haven't watched any of the John Wicks, make sure y'all go watch them, bro.
Right, so maybe that worked. Maybe people really came to liking this character so much. Once Upon a Time in China, Part 2.
I don't think I'll ever see that. Nah, I've never seen that. Whoa. Bro, do you know how much skill that takes?
Artist, you gotta do your homework. If you're Northern or Southern, the accents, the way you carry yourself, the way you look, the gesture, and all the etiquette is very important if you really want to play the character properly, accurately. Once Upon a Time in China, for example. That was during the Qing Dynasty. As an actor who's, I guess, specialized in action movies, then you have to kind of connect the two. Playing that character, what type of style during that time? How are you going to fight? How do you interpret that? That also takes a lot of, not only research, but also a lot of skill.
Hell yeah, it takes a lot of skill, bro. Then you gotta master what they doing, how they do it. Like, look at this.
Getting into character, not only as an actor, it's more of a self.
Not only is that like stunts, but that's like actual martial arts that they're doing, bro. Like, for instance, Jackie Chan, I know he did a lot of his stunts, bro. That still takes a lot of effort, bro. Like, a lot. I know I wouldn't be able to do it, so props to them to being able to do that shit.
But also the environment helps you into that character and that world. So when you are dressed in that wardrobes in that period, and you walk into the set, and you automatically put you in that environment, it helps you to get into the setting. I worked with Jet 3 times in my entire career. I remember I was in LA casting for Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. I didn't get that role, but I got a call from the producer and director, and Jet Li himself said, hey, you want to come back to Hong Kong and do this? So I went back, and we were both very young. I think that we had that little ego going on, on the set. So the choreographer was Yuen Wo-ping. Now, Yuen Wo-ping was the person who discovered me 40 years ago. Very veteran action director, choreographer.
Dang, Donnie, I didn't know you was that old.
Kill Bills and Matrix.
You've been in this industry for
all
a
that
minute,
action.
boy.
Well, I'll make the long story short. The way we work in Hong Kong for many years is that we change the choreography as we go along. So we both are very experienced, obviously martial art actor and well known. We walked on the set and we looked at the choreography. And we started changing bits and pieces in here, and it's kind of like happily sparring and following the structure of the choreography, but then we went off
and
freestyle, basically. Bro. It's like rapping
okay,
contest, you know what I'm saying? It's like both of us just kind of went on, and we were going faster and faster and faster, where the camera couldn't catch us. We were going at it, and the director was like looking at the monitor and played.
I'm gonna pause real quick. I used to watch a whole bunch of martial arts films with my dad and my brothers, bro. From anyone from Ong Bak to like the Jet Li movies, War, bro. We watched all of them, bro. We some fiends for some martial arts, man.
I can say, wow, this is great, just keep it rolling. But yeah, we had a really interesting time because a lot of those action choreography were improvised on the set. And that's how we shot films back in the days. Now it's, a little bit more civilized. We come up with a plan, follow that plan, and we do this and do that. But back in the days, there was Wild Wild West, the way we make action movies. We walk on the set and say, oh, this is the building, let's jump down from this building, let's crash this place, let's not shoot it this way. I remember there were many movies where 90s. We didn't have a script. We came in and I was looking at the director and we asked, what are the lines? He said, oh, I haven't figured out the lines yet. Let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 6, really. And then we dub it later. The most significant experience working on Once Upon a Time was that I had an injury, almost blinded me. So what happened was there was a shot where Jet Li was wired up, and we both had these pole. These are bamboo pole about this thick, and they're quite heavy. Now, if they hit you in the head, they'll knock you out. There was a move where he spun around 360 degrees. He swings at me, and I block it. After about 30 takes,
he missed.
Bro, that's
Instead
of coming across, and I'm supposed to block it like this, and he comes across horizontally.
That's actual
So he whacked me right on my eyebrow, right? I mean, I got knocked back about 8 feet. 5 seconds later, I said, wait, drop my hands, and blood was spilling. I kid you not. It was spilling like shower spray. It was like, it was like this, like in the movie, like Kill Bill. So I went to the ambulance.
That man was leaking.
6 stitches. The day after, he called me. I said, are you okay? Can you come in for a close-up on the right side? I said, close up, you can see my stitches. No, I'm gonna shoot you sideways so you can't see the close-ups. So what happened was the day after, I had patches on, right? And he shot my close-up on the other side where you can't see the patches. That's how wild it was.
Oh, let's go. The series that I watched, hella. I think my favorite is probably like probably between 1 or 3.
Before Ip Man, I was already a very successful action director and won quite a few awards. In fact, pretty much every movie that I was doing was nominated and then ended up winning the award. So I was quite in demand in the market as an action director. But like you said, what's the next level? How am I going to elevate myself? Oh, then I have to really have even better performance as an actor. Because at the end of the day, it's the acting. It's the drama, right? The story, right? And as a result, it was a very good decision. And, I gave all the credit to Mr. Sammo Hung for the first Ip Man 1 and 2. And then Ip Man 3, 4, I call him Sifu, the one that discovered me, Yuen Wo-ping. He was responsible for part 3 and 4.
Bro, like, look at this shit. This shit was
When
fire,
I found out I was going to make a movie with Mike Tyson, I was ecstatic. I was always been a fan of Mike Tyson. Aside from Bruce Lee, Mike Tyson was my idol. You know, I was looking at Mike Tyson. Wow, you know, I mean, imitate him. In fact, how he moves. I said, whoa, can I use some of that Mike Tyson moves in my movies? So when I realized, oh, he's going to be in Ip-Man 3, so I was both excited at the same time, a little bit nervous. I was like, you know, what if he accidentally knocked me out? Knocking me out is fine, but I got to finish the movie, right?
Hey man, let me tell you about the first time I watched this movie, Ip Man, bro. And let me tell you about the first time I found out that this man basically, the dude that he was portraying, Ip Man, was basically the guy who, I don't know, trained or influenced Bruce Lee, I guess they said in the movies, bro. Oh my God, bro. Not only, I'm a huge fan, like a huge fan of Bruce Lee, bro. Like, if anybody knows me, if you talk to anybody that knows me, bro, it's always either like Stan Lee or Bruce Lee. That's my idol, bro. It's a tie between them two. But, bro, so I was like, oh my God. If he trained Bruce Lee, he has to be goated, bro. And this man was goated, bro. It was like so many scenes. I remember it was like one scene where he took on like a whole dojo. Don't get me wrong, Bruce Lee has done that before, but like Donnie Yen portraying Ip Man, he made it look so smooth and look like it was so effortless, bro. He literally looked like a master to all of them niggas, bro. But y'all should watch this, bro. It's fire. Donnie Yen's a goated actor, by the way.
It was kind of that kind of excitement and that nervousness working with him because I was such a fan. And he's in front of me, and he's coming at me with his famous left hook. And I was like, oh, Mike Tyson's coming at me with a left hook. And I told Yuan Ping, I said, I'm not going to be exactly like how we shoot the traditional way of Kung Fu movies where we always dodge at a very split second. I'm going to move when I feel dangerous, whether it is, I'm not going to wait until his fist is here, you know, I'm going to move. There was a shot where he came in with a left hook, and it was supposed to hit a big heavy bag. So, all right, ready, close up, you know, the camera rolling. I felt that punch was coming, and I felt his forearm brush my hair. Like, phew. I said, ooh. But it was great fun working with Mike. He was really chill and respectful. Yeah. I had more of a great time working in that film, talking to him than that scene itself. Like, we'd be between shots, and I would ask him questions. Came out like 2015, I'm a fan, you know, you got to remember. So it was a very memorable experience working with Mike Tyson. It was an accident. He was coming at me with flurry of punches, right? And the choreography was I was supposed to block all his punches with Wing Chun techniques. Now, as the Wing Chun techniques, you use the elbow. Sometimes the elbow goes. So I go at it. Maybe I have a little power behind it, and I guess accidentally hit one of his fingers, right? I didn't even know about it. He didn't mention anything. And then the next day he came in and he got something wrapped around his fingers. And we were jokingly, you know, Donnie broke my pinkies.
That man did not care, bro. That's crazy.
Everybody in the world, some way or the other, is at least inspired by Bruce Lee, not solely on his physical prowess, but his philosophy and how he saw things. It's kind of like Muhammad Ali. The way he feels this is the future. And I think that's what I was drawn to him the most, with that element. We're no difference, you know, only the skin colors, you know. I mean, that kind of very liberal and free thinking, right? The way he made martial art movies was also impactful and influenced in all my films. If you look at all my films, the tempo, the certain details, still have a lot of Bruce Lee shadows in it, right? So, but of course, at that time, when I was young, watching Bruce Lee film, I never thought of how can an Asian person be a lead in American movies and English-speaking movies, right? I'm glad it finally is here, but it took a while. It took a lot of people like Bruce to really kick down doors and making that kind of difference. Pave the way for someone like me, who can have that kind of opportunities to really
I would bet it was hard myself. For Asian actors back in the day before Bruce Lee and
Hero.
Like Jackie Chan and them.
秦功7大高手，
跟你多日，拿你归案，亮出银枪，验明正身。
Now, Hero is another crazy experience as well. I reunited with Jet Li, and I went to mainland China, one of the set that they built, a courtyard of a temple. We spent 21 days shooting just two of us fighting. 21 days. Sometimes for Hollywood producers, they wouldn't understand why do you take so many days to shoot action scenes because I shot a couple of American films where everything's we have shot lists and everything's on schedule. I'll finish the scene in 2 days or 3 days, getting the pieces, getting the coverage. But that's not how we shoot action over here. We shoot action by each shot and getting that shot to specific lighting, camera angles, choreography to the precisions to the teeth. So we spent 21 days, sometimes 3-4 shots a day. Everything was going smooth. We united. We both wanted top Once Upon a Time part 2. That scene became a classic. So 10 years later, we want to do another classic. So both of us, each shot, we look back, the playback, and look at each shot and said, wait a minute, your fingers is a little bit to the left. That's not precise enough. Or your eyes, you're not looking at me. So we're both kind of going back and forth trying to make the best piece of art, right? For each shot. But I remember there was another choreography where he was also wired up with a sword. Now, although these are prop swords, but they are still quite pointy. This whole shot was one take, about 50 moves or something. So at the end of the 50 moves, maybe the 48th, 49 moves, he strikes down with his sword. He went boop, and I back up. Jet said, "Donnie, there's blood spilling out of your face." I said, "Really? Let me take a look." He whacked me on one side. 10 years later, he whacked me on the other side. I started laughing. I said, "Oh, this is gonna be great. This movie is gonna make so much money." Because the last time we did this, it was a huge box success. So, you seen red. Because in Chinese, red bag during Chinese New Year, we give each other red bag. So when you see blood, it's like, this is gonna be a successful film. 6 stitches, again, 2 times. Both sides close to my eyeballs. I could have been blind.
What crazy luck, bro.
Wing Chun.
One pop toe. Damn. Oh, I seen a video about her. She's goated in Wing Chun.
Let me begin with my mother being a pioneer, especially during the 1970s. She opened a martial arts school in Boston. As a new immigrant at the time, she was able to break through barriers of teaching all walks of different race and culture. So that made a lot of impact on me to understanding the whole woman empowering, especially back in the days, in more of a male predominant type of a world. My mother is like 4'8" or 4'10", a little woman. She has hundreds of students like 6'5", following her and respecting her and bowing down to her. So, that gave me a different perspective. So working with Michelle, that movie was about a female lead in a martial art movie, which had happened before, but it's not often. I was the supporting actor and just let her do her job and let her shine.
Oh, that's goated, bro. That gotta be like a goated moment in his career to be like, and that was early in his career too that he got to do this shit with his mom, bro. I know he was lit.
Out of the fire scene, so I didn't have any CGI. There was no CGI scenes. In fact, there was no CGI at all, and there was not really a safety team or whatsoever. I said, how do I light up the fire? I really lit up the fire. I used these kind of, put some gasoline in there. I remember there was a funny part where I would lit up the whole fire and set up the shots and the fire would go out. So I have to call the people on the set and say, oh, that went off, pour some gasoline in it, burn up that fire. It isn't like what's today. There's a pipeline, there's all types of modern technology where you can just turn up the buttons and the fire goes up, or you do it in post with CGI fire. Back in the old days, we just have to do whatever. Like if you want to crash that window, you crash the rear window. You jump off the building, you jump off the building. So the same with these fire props that I was doing. Literally pour some gasoline and lit up that fire.
Bro, they crazy. What the hell?
Triple X,
Bro.
Return of Santa Cage.
I forgot he was in that shit too. But hold on, bro. That wasn't using special effects. That was all real fire, bro. So the scene before it was just all completely real fire. And these niggas is just playing with that shit. Like it was okay, bro. Like what? Like it was just okay, bro. Hi, whatever it is to make that chicken, I guess.
I became pretty cool with the director, and he understand my background. I remember there was a scene where I was fighting a bunch of henchmen inside an airplane, and I came up with different choreographies to work with that camera angle without telling them. So a lot of these choreographies that I did was working with where they place the camera. Imagine the camera's over there, and I would look at the cinematographer or the cameraman and say, what's the size of the camera, the lenses, right? And I look at the monitor, he's gonna have a medium shot or whatever, different lenses. Okay, I know how you're gonna want to shoot this space. Do you want me to do this? Maybe it's better like this. Maybe like this. I'll say, that's pretty cool. So start changing all this stuff around. And after that scene,
he was over
I
there
told
micromanaging
DJ, the director, I said,
low-key.
DJ, listen, how about give me the footage, let me edit this stuff overnight, and I'll give it to you tomorrow. If you don't like it, throw it away. You're the director, with all due respect. So I went back, used the computer, put him all the shots together, and show him my vision. I said, this is how I'm gonna fight. Like the tempo, it's like music, right? A couple of bars here and then, put it together and hey, you like it? And he loved it. And what you saw on the plane, I edited that scene.
Yeah, that shit was fire too,
Sakura?
man.
情仇难却，恩
I ain't
怨
never
纷
seen
争
this.
是国之宿命。
I wanted to make a movie that appeals to the whole world, where even if you don't understand any culture of Chinese martial art novels or Jin Yong's particular, you will still appreciate this movie. So I came up with the story and then start bringing these pieces together. Like, how am I going to do something that is different from what's done in the past? From wardrobes, again, music, and comes down to the action. Now, this can easily be over the top, where what's going on, no one can understand, why is this guy flying around in the air and he doesn't come down to the ground, And then I came up with this concept of,
Man,
what is the most
crazy,
successful
hold on.
franchise of these type of films, right? Marvel's movies, right? X-Men's movies, right? We believe in that world. Why do we believe in that? What are the successful elements? So I use that as a study case to, okay, I understand. So basically, this is my version of the Chinese Marvels. But of course, I don't have that kind of budget, it's under a very tight budget. I didn't have any
Like
money
Aang
at all.
out there.
I just thought that with my experience and my team was so strong, Hong Kong Film Award winners, they're all like acclaimed cinematographer, editor, wardrobes, and art directions. So my whole entire cast, from actors to behind the camera, the crew, they were really supportive. They really believe in my vision. They said, Donnie, we trust you, we believe you, we want to go on a journey with you. Even everybody's getting a cut. No one is getting paid that much, honestly. But we enjoyed it. Everybody were in a ride together with me and wanted to make a difference. We wanted to make something special for the world. A couple elements is really important in my movies. Number one, I say positive energy. It's very important in my movies.
Facts.
I don't like to make movies where if there's a role that is offered to me or a project is offered to me and it's against my
energy.
morals, my principle of how I want to live my life, I don't care how much money they give me, I don't want to do it. My movie has to contain some core values as a human being. Righteousness, family, love, that is really important for me.
I ain't gonna repeat all
And
of
also
those.
a very commercial movies. I like my movies to be entertaining because at the end of the day, what are we making this for? For yourself or for the mass? And what I like to do is make movies for everybody.
Exactly. That's what I like to do. I like to make videos for everybody. That's why I'm trying new things, man. So if y'all like this type of reaction video, let me know down in the comments, man. Make sure y'all press that bell to stay up to date. Why can I not talk? Stay updated with everything I got planned and everything I'm getting ready to upload in these next few weeks. So this is GP Vaughn, man, and I'm signing out. Peace.